Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next chapter of English literature, that is Jawaharlal Nehru. So, as we all know that Jawaharlal Nehru was known as the Chacha Nehru, and he was also the first Prime Minister of independent India. He fought for India's independence and was imprisoned 9 times in his struggle. And as a Prime Minister, he developed India into a strong and peaceful nation. And as Jawaharlal Nehru loved children immensely, so his birthday, that is on 14th November, is celebrated as Children's Day in India. So, Jawaharlal Nehru was born on 14th November 1889 in Allahabad in British India. His mother was Swaraprani and his father was Motilal Nehru. Motilal Nehru ji was a very successful lawyer and has also participated in the independence struggle. For the first 16 years of his life, Nehruji was taught at home by tutors and English governance. And then later on, he went to England and studied at Harrow School and Trinity College, Cambridge. Then he went on to study law in London. Then he returned to India in 1912 and took a keen interest in the independence struggle, and then in 1960 he married Kamla Kaur, and a year later their daughter Indra was born. She too grew up like his father, and one day she also became the Prime Minister of India. Although Nehruji always connected with the political situation of his time, he wholeheartedly joined the freedom movement after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So, Jallianwala Bagh massacre was held on 13th April 1919, and a large number of non-violent protesters gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. When under the command of Brigadier General Dayar, the gates of the place were closed so that the protester could not escape. Then the British military fired at them continuously for the 10 minutes, killing 379 people and injuring at least 1200 more people. And when Nehruji heard how brutally these unarmed civilians were attacked, he vowed to fight the British in every way he could. This incident moved Nehruji to increase his efforts for India's independence, and then Nehruji became a vital member of the Indian National Congress and also became the president of political party. He was deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi and worked very closely with him. He was even arrested several times for participating in the civil disobedience movement. His time in jail would only pass by thinking the ways of how he can resolve the independence for India, and he also used to understand Gandhiji's principle of non-cooperation and non-violence. Later on, Nehruji traveled to several other nations and met many other political leaders. And through this, Nehruji gained support for India's independence from many countries. He also tried to understand different systems and was impressed by how these countries could run. And when he became the Prime Minister, he worked hard to implement these successful systems for India as well. And on 15th August 1947, India got its freedom. And then Jawaharlal Nehru hoisted the national flag at Red Fort. And then he took up the challenge of using all that he had learned to build a healthy and prosperous nation. And Nehruji's idea of progress carried young India towards great scientific advancement. He also brought about many social reforms that helped women, farmers, laborers, and the poor. And under his governance, many important institutions of the country were set up. These include the IIT technology, AIMS technology, and India's first space program. Jawaharlal Nehru served as the Prime Minister of India right from its independence in 1947 till his death in 1964. All through this time, Nehruji kept India's culture intact and helped the nation to develop into an independent India. Hope you all have understood this chapter.